Acheson Artist Legacy.
Welcome. This is part 2 of how to paint this painting. It's an acrylic painting, 40 by 50 centimeters, and it's on stretch linen canvas. Okay, let's continue. There's a little bit of a problem here with this. Let's see now. Maybe some red at the top here. Sorry about the picture. It will end up being a landscape, but I do work with the canvas different ways up just to see what's emerging from the canvas. So I'm not 100% about maybe all that red on there, so I'm wiping it away with a wet rag. As long as the paint stays wet, you can wipe it away. If you do it sooner than later, it'll come off more easily. By the way, Jean-Michel Basquiat mentioned that when he does his painting, it's a process, a constant process of editing, where he's putting a lot down and then he's taking a lot off, and then he's putting more down and then he's removing more. So it's a process of editing. This is all the abstract expressionist, in my case, method. Here I've flipped the canvas now back to its, it seems, the original position for this painting's orientation. Seems to be favoring this position. So I'm just playing, adding a little bit more with the red there. Stand back and take a look at your painting and see what it needs. Now I'm going to mix a little bit of a pink here, add just a touch of red into the white, and apply some of this pink on the canvas now. Don't overdo it with the red because it really will change that color quickly. It kind of matches a little bit the colors on either side, blends in. It's a muted color, you know, the tones are all fairly muted here. I feel a painting, depending on what your aim is for the feeling of the painting, is the muted colors will be more peaceful, let's say. More contrast will be more eye-grabbing and a little bit more exciting, let's say. So it depends on the feeling you're trying to evoke here, what you feel as you're painting it, and consequently what will be evoked to the person seeing the painting. It's a bit of a muddy color at the bottom here. Not really sure how that's... I'm not entirely happy with that. We'll come back to that later. Clean off your tools, by the way. The sooner the better, while the paint's wet. You can use them again. Flip the painting so that it's now, I guess, upside down. And I'm thinking of putting some yellow on here. Maybe a yellowy orange in the top. The orange and the blue here, they really are complementary. They look nice together. Again, using the thicker brush, the 40 millimeter, which is about an inch and a half. I use the 30 and the 40 millimeter, inch and a half respectively. And it's a bristle, natural bristle, hog's hair of some kind. I'm not liking the yellow so much. It's a little cool, the yellow. So I'm just going to warm it up a little bit with this orange. Leave a little bit of the yellow there. Flip it back to its original orientation. I'm going to cover this pink with the white just to see how it looks. It's quite a change. So first put down the white, and then you can use that same brush with the adjoining wet orangey yellow and blend that in a little bit. So there's a transition there. So they're connected somehow. So you have a hard edge for some contrast, right? And a blended area for a little bit of easier and smoother transition. Different feelings. So it's a combination of brush and palette knife and charcoal and the rag, adding and removing, and then adding some more and removing some more. And constant editing, working with what emerges and and don't overthink it. A little blue in the corner down here, which mixes with the yellowy orange and for a little green. And now I'm using the thin brush here, the smaller one. It's round, about an 8 maybe, bristle. A little more at the bottom right with that lighter color, mixing in with the green. Put some white down the side and okay, this concludes part 2. Check out part 3 in the link below.